Hello and welcome back to Scratch Golf Academy. My name is Anthony Vessecchia. I'm a TPI certified golf fitness instructor. And today I want to talk about two areas that people kind of neglect in their golf game or training, and they end up getting injured because of that. Or you'll start to have some swing flaws that carry over, especially from the ankle stuff. So what we're going to talk about is the forearm and ankles. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and comment, and pay attention to what we got coming up. Okay, so first things first, we're going to talk about the ankles. During the golf swing, if you don't have good dorsiflexion, which is your ability to bring your toe towards your knee and get into a proper deep squat, you'll have a tendency during the downswing to sometimes lift out of your shot. And from that, you'll start to flip, and that'll lead into the next thing that we're going to talk about. But here's 3 simple drills that you can do to help with some of that ankle mobility. And what I like to do is I go with something that'll strengthen it and then follow it up with something that'll loosen up the other side. So the first one we're going to do is an anterior tibialis banded exercise. I have a band already tied up. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to wrap it around my toe, just like this, and I'm just going to pull it to my knee. And so this muscle right here will also help people that are runners to alleviate some pain if they run into shin splints as well, because this muscle many times will become weak over time if you have not ran or you've taken time off. But in golf, it's what will track your knee over your toe during the squat move to generate more power and to generate more ground force. So once I do 15 of these with the pull to my knee, I then on that same leg want to go right into a stretch and stretch the soleus. So the soleus is the muscle on the backside right here below the calf that'll many times be tight around the Achilles tendon and will stop you from being able to get into this dorsiflexed position that I'm in now. So I want to work one side and then stretch the other side. So that's what we're doing here. Once I do this, I would hold this for about 30 seconds, and then I would go back and do more of the anterior tib and then back into the soleus stretch. Once I've done 2 rounds of that on each foot, I will now sit down into this position and work eversion and inversion. So what I'm going to do, these bones here are called your malleolus. I'm going to try to touch the bone and then spread it apart as much as I can. The reason for this is when we're in the weight shift during the golf swing, obviously you guys know when you post on your lead leg and you roll, your ankle's gonna roll like this, and then on the trail side, you'll roll your ankle that way when you're pushing off to get your weight from your trail leg to your lead leg. So that's what we're working here so that you don't get into the hip hike position because you don't have the ankle mobility to be able to push off properly. And what I mean by hip hike is, a lot of people will start their downswing and they'll go into this position, hiking their hip forward instead of being able to roll and push their hip straight through towards the target. If you don't start from the ground up, everything above is going to start to compensate, and that can turn into injuries and that can turn into a bunch of swing flaws. So back to this inversion and eversion, I would do 20 of these, I would rest, and then I would do another set of that. Now moving up the chain, if your ankles are tight, like I said, it can start to cause problems with flipping because you're not able to get through towards the target properly. So what you'll do is you'll start to flip and you'll move into these positions. That can lead to lateral epicondylitis or medial epicondylitis. The problem with that is what lateral is called tennis elbow. You'll start to feel pain in this area. And a lot of that is obviously because you've done this, or you just don't have forearm strength. You haven't moved your hands in these positions. You're gripping too hard with the golf club, or you're having to flip because you're not getting proper rotation towards the target. There are things that can help with that. A lot of people will wear a band on their arm that kind of presses on it. That's a Band-Aid. There's many times you can just strengthen it or draw blood to the area to speed up healing. And that's usually the main thing that you're doing when you're going to a physical therapist and they're putting the laser or they're putting shockwave. All it's really doing, they'll say it does something with the mitochondria, this and that, and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, it comes down to blood. Blood is what speeds up the process of healing, getting nutrients into it. So you can buy these things on Amazon for about $7, and they go in different strengths. The donuts are basically going to be for grip strength this way. So as you squeeze it, you will feel your muscles engage here on this side of your forearm. You will also feel them on the opposite side as you release, okay? So you'll get the contraction and then you get the release side here. So you're going to be concentric and eccentric movement here. So just squeezing will start to help here. You can also squeeze and tilt a little bit and you'll feel a little bit more engagement. But this one for the lateral epicondylitis, which is what causes a lot of pain for people, is to put this on your fingers and spread it out. And I'll move close to the camera so you can see what I do. I'm putting the light one on now. And I found that doing this with a lot of my clients really does help them get over, other than just time. A lot of times it just takes time and obviously fixing your swing so you don't keep doing those same swing mistakes or those compensations. But when you're here and you spread it out, you will see that lateral epicondyle really working. And by doing that, you'll start to feel a lot more blood go into the area and it'll start to heal a little bit faster for you. So I would just spread this out. I really do it till my forearms are burning. I go one side, I'll squeeze, and then I'll spread it as much as I can until I just feel a really solid burn each day. And I find myself not running into those problems anymore at all anyways. After I've done that spread, then if you want to, you can put your fingers right here on the metacarpal of your ring finger, twist down, and you'll feel that same muscle stretch out. So you can start to get it stretched out. If you're somebody that only can bow their wrist that much or cup that wrist that much, you need to start strengthening these muscles anyways. So do the spread. I would do at least 20. You can raise the weight on them as well on each hand, and then at least 20 squeeze, and then do that 2 times around. And now the third one is called a TheraBand Flex Bar. This one is going to strengthen the forearm as well. So we're just going to rotate back and then rotate under. So just like your motorcycle, back and forth on both sides. And you'll start to feel even more buildup in the forearm muscles. So try these exercises. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know how they work out for you. And stay tuned and we'll bring you more content.